All right, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Kings and Dreams back for another video. Got a special guest here, Kaine Legacy. But before then, what we are going to talk to you all about today is about physical fitness, mental health. Let's rewind that though.
Mm-hmm.
Kane, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you come from, who you are, and what kind of brings you into what you're doing today. So we're gonna start from the past, and then we're gonna walk into the present, and then we're
All
gonna
right.
talk about the future.
All right. You got it. I
All
love that,
right.
man. All right. Well, first, thanks for having me on, Kings. I appreciate it, man. In case y'all don't know, me and this brother go way back, man. We known each other at least 10 years. He was telling me off camera he got up here in 2010 to New
Yep.
England about the same time that I did. So it's like 12 years we known each other. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud to see you doing your thing, man. I'm really proud of you. We need more of this. You know what I mean? So that's first off.
Appreciate
Secondly,
you, man.
oh, of course, man. Secondly, let's see who I am. My name is Kaine Legacy. So I started off as a DJ producer, urban EDM music. I'm pretty much versatile with that. I'm all over the place with that. I pretty much just do what I feel. And luckily, I've been able to build the tribe, and people are feeling that. I started as a producer, you know what I mean, in hip hop. And Kings, you know how the hip hop game is. A little too much drama for me, so I kind of want to just fall back and just do production. And it occurred to me at the time, friends were telling me, "Well, you already make music. Why don't you just get into DJing?" Yeah. So I picked up the name Iceman Streets. You know what I mean? As many people in New England would know me by. And
Yep.
I just took the
DJ
production thing.
Ice.
Yeah, Ice. That's right. Kane's been calling me Ice for 10 years at least. Um, so I picked up, you know what I mean? I took the production and I moved it over into DJ. It just seemed like the next logical thing for me to do. So we go, production, remixing, DJing, it all just goes hand in hand. Finally, you know what I mean? I found my thing. Now, I heard once somebody said, once you find your passion and you're able to do that for a living, you'll never work another day in your life. And that's, I'm blessed enough to find myself in that position. I love what I do. Music is life to me, and being able to make a living at that is a blessing. Kings, I don't have to tell you how hard it is, you know what I mean, to get to that point. So, you know what I mean? Like, as well as a music executive yourself,
Absolutely.
so,
Absolutely.
you know how blessed I feel and how grateful I am to be in a position
Right.
that I'm in. So yeah, so I started off as Iceman Streets. Actually, believe this, Kings, I don't even know if you know this. I started cold as a DJ, right? So I moved to here to northern New England in
Mhm.
10, and you ever heard of you remember the Funky Monkey up in Laconia?
Uh, yeah, I remember it. I
Just
remember it.
vaguely.
Yeah, vaguely. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my start, right?
Okay.
So I got
Yeah.
started by I just figured I'm gonna start and I'm gonna do everything I've done. I've gone all out. Uh, my story is one that proves that you cannot afford to doubt yourself. You know what I mean? There are things that you need to do to get in front of the people you need to get in front of
Hmm.
in order to show what you have. And I had all the doubts that everybody else has, but I just was lucky enough, blessed enough to be able to push past that and just press that back. This was in the days of pressing up CD demos, you know what I mean? And it just sent them
Right.
to every club out here.
Right.
And the Funky Monkey and Laconia picked me up. My first night as a DJ, I spent, and I know you think you know this. Like I said, I spent in front of 450 people my first night as a DJ.
Wow.
My 450 people, man, at a Mardi Gras party,
Wow.
and it was sink or swim, trial by fire,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
it worked
Wow.
out well. You know what I mean? Luckily, I was lucky enough that the people loved that what I was doing, what I was bringing to the table, and I was able to parlay that. And I've produced songs with some of the artists that you work with as well. Went on to DJ some of the biggest clubs out here, I would say.
Right.
Would you agree? And
Yeah.
yeah, I had a name change a few years back because now here is an exclusive. Nobody knows why I changed my name from Iceman Streets to Kaine Legacy. Excuse me. I basically had an unborn son that died in the womb, and
Oh
we were
man,
going to name
sorry to hear
him
that.
Kaine. And I figured the best way to pay him homage would be to change my professional name, the name I bring to the public, and basically forward his legacy on. You know what I mean? Hopefully he's looking down at me and he's proud. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But Kaine, I'm taking on your legacy. So there's the name Kaine Legacy.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's it. You know what I mean? I'm a simple guy, like music. I'm getting into business, fitness definitely. I think I'm a pretty good guy all around, Like
Yeah.
I think Kaines, you know me as a pretty straight shooter, so
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for sharing all this time that I've known you. I never knew that about you. Definitely sorry to hear that. That unfortunate news, man.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
brother, but I figure there was no other venue for me to really tell that story in.
Right.
And thousands of people have asked me, why the name change? What did you do? And now they'll find out about why on your broadcast.
Gotcha. Yeah. Another thing that I think people that you kind of let that slide a little bit under the radar. You said that you DJ'd your first time for 450 people. Now here's the thing. Like most DJs, a lot of people who know me personally know that I know a lot of people in the game. Grew up in
You
New
really
York,
do.
North
He
Jersey.
really does, people.
Yeah,
He really does.
Grew up in New York, North Jersey, and people, like I've seen DJs DJ for their first time, and usually it's like if they're DJing for their first time, typically it's like they have like 2 or 3 other DJs ahead of them. So are you saying that you DJ'd that whole night by yourself?
Entirely by myself. There was no opener.
Wow.
No nothing. They were short on talent. You know what I mean? The guy bailed, basically. And so I was lucky enough to drop into his spot.
Wow.
And it just happened to be for their Mardi Gras party, which was a huge event.
That's wow.
Yep.
Wow.
That's something I don't think anybody other than the people that were there know that about me either. Like I think Kings, you know this about me though. You know what I mean? My whole career has been trial by fire.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's been pressure from day one. It's caused me to really have to be good at what you know what I mean? Like when you're under pressure, it brings out the best thing. You know what I mean? And my first night was 450 people. Yep.
Right. I mean that's basically putting.
Can you imagine?
That's like basically putting a rookie who's been on the bench all year in Game 7. And
they throw you in, yeah.
You're right, yeah.
You've been on the bench all year. Nobody knows who you are even.
Right.
You're a journeyman.
Last drive of the Super Bowl or something. Wow, man. That's a huge accolade, man. Big up to yourself. All right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No problem, man. All right. So you started DJing, Iceman, producing and things of that sort.
Yes.
Okay. And so let the people know like some locations of where you've DJ'd, and then like
in my life. Whoa, wow. All right, yeah.
Well, yeah. So let the people know like some of the places and locations of where you've DJ'd, and then are you still DJing now? And also what has transitioned you into what you are doing today? So kind of break all that down if you don't mind.
Okay, so wow, everywhere in northern New England, I mean even southern New England, I've DJ'd Manchester, New Hampshire, Concord, New Hampshire, Laconia, New Hampshire, Boston, Massachusetts, Cambridge, Massachusetts, Austin, Massachusetts, Brighton. Some of the names of Saugus, Massachusetts. So we're going Oxygen, the Officers Club, Tandy's, as you know, the Funky Monkey, Baja Beach Club. I've DJ'd in Atlantic City. New
Jersey,
yeah, Atlantic City, New Jersey. went back home to Brooklyn a few years back, DJ down there, and they loved it, which I was really nervous about because you know how that is. Go back to your hometown, you really want to win.
Yeah. Know? Oh yeah. You know.
I've done some gigs, as you know, in Las Vegas. Yeah, throughout the Southwest. Yeah, I've been out there. I've been out there. Reno, Nevada. Yeah.
Yeah, Reno. Okay. All right. Vegas,
yes, sir.
Reno.
Yeah. I got a lot of love Southwest, northeastern parts of the country, and Japan. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
So,
okay.
Yes. So
what part of Japan?
Tokyo.
Oh, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So man. it's I've been around. I've been around.
International DJ, man. And that's what's up, man. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. I mean, look, man, you could read off your list of accomplishments too. I mean, like this, in case you guys don't know who you're watching, this guy is one of the fundamental forces behind not only urban music, hip hop music, but also reggaeton music, just being represented in these clubs in northern New England, southern New England, and beyond. Like Kings has been the man for a while up here. When he says he knows a lot of people in the business, he really does. So my hat's off to you too, brother.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Well, one of these days, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like you know what? I'm actually going live on Thursday, and that's gonna be my first live.
You have a club event on Thursday, don't you?
On Thursday?
Yeah. I know you have something. I saw something coming up soon. I was gonna.
No, that's my birthday. That's February.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I have a live. So my first live on YouTube, I'm actually doing on Thursday, and so I'm gonna have people in the comments ask questions and things like that. So so I'm gonna drop a lot of history about like my background as far as music, producing. Right now about traveling. So I haven't traveled in a while. Like the last time I had traveled was November.
I've seen you out there. I've seen you. You're reaching island destinations nobody's ever been to, man. I watch you, man.
yeah, man.
Makes me really happy to see, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And then I'm also going to talk about my apartment that I've turned into an Airbnb in Medellin, Colombia. So
really,
yes. So the next time I will be going out there, I will tell you on Thursday. You guys thought you was gonna get it now? Nope. I'll tell you on Thursday the next time when I'll be out there. But I will be out there very soon. So.
Man, salute, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. But this is not about me. This is about you today, man. So
you're a tough act to follow, bro.
All right. All right. So you got the DJ thing. You've DJ'd all over the world. Yes, and so what has brought you into what you are doing today?
Okay, in terms of like the health and fitness industry.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is that you're doing today, let the people know.
Okay, well, I'm basically an entrepreneur now, and through like the insanity of the music industry, one thing that happens is you lose sometimes touch with some of the people that matter, especially family. So what basically one of the biggest things I'm doing right now with some family members is a business called Exceptionallifefitness. And wow, there's a story behind how we got all that started. But yeah basically I'm an entrepreneur, kind of like yourself, Kings. I'm following your footsteps, brother.
He's older than me. He's following my footsteps. Don't believe the hype. I'm following him.
The key is, one, we follow each other, right?
Absolutely,
absolutely. And I think you know what I mean by that. Like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, we build off of each other's success. You know what I mean?
Each one teach one.
Perfect. Exactly. So at the end of the day, because that don't rub off, right?
Right. Nope.
So at the end of the day, no matter what business you're in, the music business, we were talking about this off camera, music business, show business, you know what I mean? You call yourself a rapper, producer, DJ, anything, you're in business, you know what I mean? Right. And I think that you're an entrepreneur. And I think that a lot of people lose sight of that, You know what I mean? It is a dream, but it's also a
Mhm.
business. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just a dream business. It's a great job to have, but you have to have your business lined up.
Right. Yep.
So it wasn't so much like branching off into entrepreneurialism. It was just a natural progression. You know what I
Right.
mean? Um, so, but one of the things I've always loved is fitness. You know, I was an army boy. You know what I mean? Like I was a soldier in the well, I was an 11 Bravo. Let me just put it like that. So you guys didn't know I was an infantryman. So, and this
Okay.
was before I even started DJing. And they
Oh wow.
basically, yeah, another thing. Look
What,
at you getting all exclusives today,
what
man.
what branch?
U.S. Army,
Army. Oh
U.S.
man,
Army.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. Thank you for your service, man.
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
What I can say is I was out of Fort Gordon, Georgia.
Okay.
That's about all I can, say on
Right.
what I was doing. But
Gotcha.
yeah, you know what I mean? Infantry, bullet catcher, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
the biggest thing I took away from that, well, two things. One, discipline, you
Hmm.
know, and discipline isn't some horrible thing. What discipline really boils down to is, you got something that you have to do,
Hmm.
but yet there might be a way that you feel that'll stop you from doing that.
Right.
Discipline is just overcoming that feeling
Hmm.
and getting done what you have to get done. That's
Hmm.
all it is.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean torturing yourself. I think it brings all these horrible images to people's mind when you talk about discipline.
Right. Yep.
And the other thing it drilled into me was fitness. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what that means to how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself.
Right.
So I've always carried that, even through
Yeah.
my DJ career, And basically, like I said, I took the time, put it like this COVID hit, right?
Hmm.
And that hit all of us in the music industry.
Yeah.
Made us take a step back. Earnings started plummeting for everybody, and
Right.
things kind of slowed down, at least in my case. So it kind of made me really reevaluate what's important, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And family just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
important.
Absolutely.
So it's funny because in the beginning of COVID, things shut down so bad to the point where not only wasn't I spinning, but I wasn't doing anything, in
Right.
lockdown. I would just,
Right.
and I started feeling really, I'll tell you the truth, man, really down on myself, really, it was kind of one of my lowest points, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing with myself. I didn't know how I felt about myself, all kind of negative self-emotions, everything.
Right. Yep.
And to kind of correct that, I just turned to fitness. I was just started doing little things, small progress, push-ups around the house and crunches and, taking short walks or short runs. And I started getting that good feeling back about myself, you know.
Hmm.
Um, During this time, I'm talking to my cousins, my family members, and they started feeling the same way. They were like, yeah, what I mean? This feels awful. The whole world, we don't know what's up
Right.
from down anymore, but
Right.
we can focus on fitness and feel better about ourselves.
Right.
Um, so we were all like minded that. So we figured we wanted to share that feeling, you know what I mean, with
Hmm.
everybody else out there. And it wasn't anything we really intended to start as a business. But as you know, most things you start off with these great intentions and then they turn into something that has a life of its own.
Right.
And now,
Absolutely.
like it's become a business and we have, um, basically have 5 cousins and myself involved with this business and it's really growing faster than any of us expected. And it's a great thing,
Yeah.
man. So that's how I got here. You know what I mean? DJing, COVID shut things down, bad feelings. Fitness got me out of that.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, with the pandemic, just to kind of circle back here,
Hmm.
with the pandemic, a lot of people, especially DJs and things like that,
Yeah.
this is their primary source of income. For
Hmm.
me, I'm thankful that I work for, uh, a company that's in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Awesome.
And yeah, so
See, I knew
I
you were smart, brother. I knew that.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had my corporate career to fall back on,
Mhm.
so I was good, but I was just seeing a lot of people around me who really didn't have any source of income.
Mhm.
They were very miserable, and it was weighing down on their mental health. I
Yeah.
mean, it was also weighing down on my mental health too, but I was so busy with my corporate job, like toward the end of 2020, an artist who I had managed, unfortunately, he passed away.
Mm,
So like towards the end of the year, like that really started to take a toll on me.
mm.
And
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry to
oh,
hear that,
thank
man.
you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So rest in peace to my brother Todd. But yeah. So like with the mental health aspect of things, um, I assume because of your military background, like you were able to kind of have that discipline to where you were, able to kind of pick yourself up and re-engage yourself with life in itself.
Hmm.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, like
So,
you
so
wind up. Yeah, yeah. You nailed it. There really is nothing much more to it than that.
right.
You know.
So now the members who were part of your the members who were part of your family, your cousins and so forth. Now, were they in the military too, or were you able to keep them engaged?
That's a
In
good
order,
question. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. None of them were. None of them
Okay.
were military personnel. Only me myself.
Okay.
They various. One cousin is a construction worker.
Okay.
One is a he's into like buying and flipping real estate properties. Another
Okay.
one is in the financial markets. You
Right.
know what I mean? But so it just hit across the board. Like
Yeah.
we were all affected the same way. You know.
Right.
So sorry about that. So
No,
when
no worries.
so when COVID hit, it affected. That's the thing about it, man. The pandemic is like global. Like everybody from all sectors is affected the
Right.
same way.
Yeah.
And we were lucky enough to find the same fix. Like
Right.
yeah, before financial bell meetings in the morning, and one cousin would join me for an on-camera workout. And it really helped. So.
Right.
But
Yeah.
me, I think I would have to say, I think to address your question, I think me being in the Army and having that discipline to get the ball rolling, I think is what helped everybody else.
Okay.
Honestly.
So you were basically the one that kind of like spearheaded everything. You didn't necessarily
Hmm.
know what it was going to manifest into, but
No,
you just knew that you couldn't just kind of just sit on the couch and just be depressed all day, pretty much.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
it was terrible. Like the
Right.
self-image problems you have are just terrible.
Right.
You start seeing yourself in such a way where you wonder
Right.
how other people are looking at you. Like
Right.
it gets really bad
Yeah.
up here,
Absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely.
And one of
Yeah.
the simplest things is that when it comes down to it, sometimes to fix what's going on up here, you have
Hmm.
to move this. You have to move your
Yeah.
body, get yourself in motion. You
Yep.
just said how it helped you a lot to stay busy during
Yeah,
the time.
absolutely. Yeah, it helped me a lot to stay busy. So like in 2020, before the pandemic had come to the US, um, that was my first time going. Like I went in February of 2020 for my birthday to celebrate my birthday. I went to Colombia, and this was before Colombia. This is before the pandemic had come to the United States.
Mhm.
Before everything around the world was getting shut down. I think some parts of Asia had started getting shut down around that time, but
Mhm.
it wasn't Europe, it wasn't South America, wasn't Africa at that time. Definitely wasn't North America.
Mhm.
So anyway, we were getting shut down, and then that summer, I believe in July, I went out to Tulum, Playa del Carmen, and Isla Mujeres, and Cancun, Mexico.
Mhm.
So that summer, so like I had to keep myself busy. Like I just was like, all right, like everything is shut down. Mexico wasn't shut down. Shout out to Mexico because everybody was going to Tulum. Like
Yeah.
seriously, everybody was
Hmm.
going to Tulum at that time. But like for my mental health, like I needed to get away, and just hearing like people I knew personally, family members, and um, if they weren't an essential worker, they pretty much couldn't work, or
Yeah.
yeah, they pretty much couldn't work, and it was a real challenge, and it was just very very depressing. So I just kind of want to lead into mental health. One of the things that you had mentioned is taking care of here like your physical, right?
Mm-hmm.
You believe that helps improve your mental health.
Yeah.
So kind of talk about things that you've seen from your standpoint, especially with you growing the business.
Mm-hmm.
um, have you seen, whether it be your family members, whether it be your friends or clients, how maybe you might have seen some improvements in their mental health with them working on their physical health?
What's a great. I'm glad you asked that question the way you asked it too,
Yeah.
because we have people that are. I mean, we have seniors following us,
Right. Yep.
and they'll post on our Facebook groups all the time about how, oh, I walked a quarter of a mile today, or walked a half of a
Mhm.
mile today, and then they'll go on and talk about how they feel so good about themselves because our whole thing is like start walking, just walk to the end of the block and back today, you know what I mean, and maybe
Yeah.
walk 2 blocks tomorrow, and to read about the progress that these folks are making, you know what I
Right.
mean. It's astonishing, and it's like family members, yeah, friends, yeah, but some of those stories like really like hit me because it's like I think these are people that believe that they couldn't do anything at
Right.
all,
Right.
because what I really have seen is that people are comparing themselves too much to what they see on social media,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know. So I mean, these are unrealistic expectations, you know what I mean.
Right.
Nobody's showing their downsides on social.
Right.
Nobody's,
Nope.
you know what I mean? It's the most
Yeah.
fabulous life in the world. Oh, I can bench press 450 pounds. We're not talking about that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
stop comparing yourself to anyone else is one of our actual core messages.
Right.
Do better for yourself today to
Right.
make tomorrow better for yourself.
Right.
So, I mean, the amount of stories we're hearing and the response we're getting to that kind of message is just phenomenal. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, we're not talking about any Instagram fitness models, not to down
Right.
anyone. You know what I
Right.
mean? But we don't know
Yeah.
what their health situations are
Yeah.
because
Of
they look a
course.
certain way on social. We're
Right.
concerned about you feeling good about yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the only
Right.
person you should be comparing yourself to is
The
today's
person in
version
the
of you
mirror.
versus yesterday's version. You
Yep.
know?
The person in the mirror. Yeah.
hmm And I think a lot of depression comes from people comparing themselves to what they see on social media. I
Right.
mean, I think that's probably an episode we can talk about that on a completely, a whole episode can be spent talking about that,
Oh, absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely.
And, but we're trying to strip away all that. You know what I mean? What matters is how do you feel about yourself today? You know what I mean? Did you take that 1 block, 2 block walk we talked about? Yeah, you did. How does that feel? You know what I mean? How do you feel today? And we
Right.
never get a negative response. I feel so good. Just getting started is the hardest thing for people,
Right. Yep.
you know?
Yeah. I completely agree with that, and I can attest to that. I can attest to that. Like if you guys know, like I'm not a small guy.
Mm.
I have been on a journey, and one break at a time. Right now, I am actually in the process of building a home gym. I
Nice.
actually, yeah, I have a
Nice.
yeah. So I have a bench press. I have an exercise bike. So
Nice.
I'm putting some more things in there, getting some more free weights and things like that.
And my
But
guess would be you're doing all this based upon momentum that you built up from just doing smaller things. And you say, I
absolutely,
really
yeah,
love this. I'm
right,
going to keep
yeah.
going,
So yeah, small things.
hmm
I talk to a lot of my friends who are into fitness, um, and who just pick up, who's picked up I can't even talk. Who's picked up fitness? I say, yeah, but who's picked up fitness? Who's picked up fitness? Going to the gym,
hmm
and I'm in the exceptional group
Like,
fitness.
yes, you
Yeah,
are. Yes, you
yeah.
are.
So
That's right.
I'm in the group. So I see the motivational post,
hmm
and just hearing things, and again, like me just kind of doing small things, walking around,
Yeah.
maybe yeah, maybe even doing a jog or something.
I'll
And
stop you right
just,
there, man. I'll
yeah,
stop you right there. I am proud of you for doing that. You know what I
thank
mean?
you,
For
man.
doing that is incredible. You know
Thank
what I mean? If you started off doing small things, I mean, also we're busy. You know what I mean? We're busy. We
Yeah.
may not have time to spend, you know what I mean? By the time you get dressed and then you leave the house and then you hit the gym for however long and then come back, you've blown through an hour and a half of your day. You know what I mean? So even if you're just getting yourself moving a little bit every day, you know, I'm proud of that. And that's what we're here to encourage, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm proud of you on that, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I'm of the mindset, like, people don't have to jump into the gym doing 20 hours a week. Like, even if you're doing, 45 minutes a day, 3-4 times a week, just let it elevate and let it elevate and let it elevate. But one of the things that you had said is that at least you start.
Yes.
At least you start.
Starting is the hardest thing.
Yeah, exactly. Starting is the hardest part. Is the hardest part.
And it's about like feeling a bit good about yourself on the inside out.
Right.
You know what I mean? We are way too focused on what we look like on the outside and not how we feel on the inside. Some of the most amazing looking people in the world. I've talked to some of these people. They are unfortunately the saddest, most depressed people you want to see.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's awful, you know.
Yes,
and it's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The most some of the most beautiful some of the most beautiful women that I've dated. I don't want to go down that lane, that's gonna be for a different show. But I'm just saying, some of the most beautiful women that I've dated. Yeah, like and you
guys too, man.
Yeah,
guys
you
too.
like
I've seen guys
well,
that are...
well, yeah. Well, I'm talking about like being romantic, So yeah. So it's like you're so depressed, and it's like, man, you like a 9.5. But it really happens. Best
You say that,
shape,
right?
Best shape, best everything, model. I mean, super bad.
But see, look,
but sad.
The problem with that is, right? You said it like what you just said. Oh, you're a 9.5, right? First of all, it's funny you didn't call her a 10.
Well, so the reason why like I don't like to say 10s is because I always believe that there's room for improvement.
Yeah, nature doesn't allow for perfection. So you know what I mean, yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm just getting on your case right there.
Oh, no, you're all good, man.
It's funny how you put that though, right? You say to the woman, "Oh, you're a 9 and a 9.5," right? You can say that, and I'm sure that's great to hear. You know what I mean? And as a guy, you know what I mean? It's guys that'll hear that from women. It works the same way.
No,
The problem is it's all external. Yeah, it's an extension of the same social media thing. You know what I mean? You're getting all these DMs, or you're getting all these likes on your posts, you're getting these compliments. If you don't believe it about yourself, no matter what you hear, it isn't going to help. If anything, sometimes it'll make it worse. Because now you have this pressure that you feel you have to live up to a certain image. You know what I mean? That woman, when you say she's a 9.5, she's like, well, I don't feel like it. 1, 2, now I always got to make it so that you think I'm a 9.5 every day. You know what I mean? If she felt good about herself on the inside, it would have shown on the outside.
Right. Yeah. Now she's like, oh, now I have to live up to this expectation. And it's like the weight on their shoulders, because
can you imagine?
They have to present that every day, because if they're, especially like people who are in like the, like you mentioned, social media,
entertainment industry.
Entertainment. Yeah. Entertainment. Thank you. I was trying to find the right word. Entertainment industry. Like if they if there's like a picture, if there's like a bad picture of them, like oh man, like I'm sure like they're probably going crazy, because they have to make sure, like, even if it was somebody famous, I forget who it was, but they said like even like when they go to like Whole Foods, like they have to make sure like that they are, like top-notch dressed, because TMZ and all of these other all of these other things are coming after them, right?
Well,
to take pictures and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So
I give you a little story, right? Like there was once and it was way before the pandemic, but I actually had a legitimate flu. Okay. You know what I mean? I felt like I was going to drop dead. You know what I mean? So now I had to take myself to Walmart. I'm not a big enough star where I can send somebody to the store for me. I didn't go to Walmart, but I it felt like crap, and wearing. I didn't care what I put on. I just wanted some fever reducing medicine, some NyQuil, And I get there, and because I didn't look how I normally looked at people, or wasn't carrying myself a certain way, you know what I mean? Oh, I heard 3 or 4 times. Oh, I heard you were on drugs. I'm like, are you know what I mean? Like, the pressure comes from outside,
right?
And it's like it's not fair because you're in the public eye. Just like it's not fair to those people that are, have chosen to be like Instagram models or whatever. But think about it like this, at least we've chosen this life. You know what I mean?
That's true.
The average person walking around does not need that pressure. Like, stop comparing yourself to people on social media, people in the entertainment industry. Like, feel good for yourself from the inside out. I didn't care what people were saying about me. I was sick, and when I got over being sick, I was feeling great. You know what I mean? And I've always tried to hold on to that because I mean, like, people's good opinions, bad opinions come and go like the wind, man. How you feel about yourself, that stays. That has sticking power.
Absolutely. Could completely agree. And what you had said, social media doesn't always show the whole story.
Never does.
Doesn't show the whole story. Doesn't show the whole story. You see people flexing. They got this. They got that.
Yeah. And look. Like I said, if you are doing it. Yeah, if you are doing that for a living, great. You know what I mean? I support that 100%. If you're a fitness model and you're doing what you're doing, you're either trying to help people or you're trying to make your money. I'm not a person that hates on you for making your money. My thing is, I don't want, somebody's aunt seeing this or somebody's, grandfather seeing this and thinking, well, my life is over. I'm never going to look like that. I'm not going to, or even worse, some kid, seeing this and trying to measure themselves up to what they see on social media. You know what I mean? That's what, like, one of our biggest concerns is. That's what we constantly fight against. So when you say we post motivational stuff, we post it in the sense of not you got to beat yourself to death every day. You know what I mean? But we really want to motivate people to feel good about themselves, man. It is such an amazing feeling when you can get there.
Absolutely.
Sorry for being so I'm really passionate about this subject. So.
No, man. No, I'm. No, and it's a great thing. It's a great thing to be passionate about. I mean, I would look at it like I would like throughout the years I would go to the gym for like a little bit, and then I would slack off and the wings, the burgers, the pizza.
I love that stuff,
it is
man.
what it is.
Love it.
It is what it is. I'm going to be completely transparent, but like as I'm as I'm getting older and now I have a son, he's getting into sports, and I want to keep up with him.
Yes, you do.
So now I really need the fitness because like I need like if my son sees that I'm motivated, he's going to be even more motivated.
I love that, man. What you've done is you found your why. So it's a big thing in the fitness community and the self-development community is and you know this. Once you have a big enough why, you can accomplish a lot more than you may have originally thought. It gives you that reason for getting up in the morning and doing that. A tough thing. I think for you, it's your son. I mean, anybody who knows you knows how much you love your son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a huge why right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we try to get that message across too. You know what I mean? A lot. Like what your kids see you doing is what they're gonna do.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just things have become a little too toxic. You know what I mean? And I just want to get back to that. Things like that. Having a real honest why to want to be the best version of yourself that you can be. You know what I mean? Your son is gonna love you regardless. You don't have to look like a fitness model on Instagram. You know what I mean? He's going to love you regardless, but you love him enough to want to be the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's what I want to get us back to.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like, do I need to be Jack like The Rock or something? Like, no, I don't. But
I'm not Jack like The Rock.
No, but I'm saying, like, yeah, like I want, like I definitely want to be, I definitely want to be more lean, and I
Mm-hmm.
definitely like when I'm running around with him, like I don't want to just be out of breath every 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like I want to, I want to get to like a healthy weight, and especially for us as, especially for us as, black men,
Mm-hmm.
um, you
Blood
know,
pressure and
yeah,
everything
yeah,
else.
right. Blood
Mm-hmm.
pressure, diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So, like these are things that I'm really thinking about as my son gets older, and not to make the conversation grim, but I always like to be transparent. Like, as a parent, now we got to start thinking about our own mortality.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once you pass a certain age, you know what I mean? Like, just to be real, I'm
Right.
no longer 25. You know what I
Right.
mean? Once you pass that age, that point, you are thinking about your legacy, you know what I mean? And your
Yeah.
own mortality. And yeah,
Right.
definitely, man. And
Right.
especially when you get a good life, when you've built a good life
Mm-hmm.
for yourself, like, come on, man. Wouldn't it be the cruelest twist of fate to now lose it because your health isn't good?
Right.
If people focus so much on money, so now you get the money, but your health is bad.
Right.
You're not going to enjoy that. You're not going to be able to spend that success, that time, enjoying your success with the people you love. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it is important, man. It's very important. And I'm from the hood. Nick. I know you are as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brooklyn, man, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Yeah, nobody in Crown Heights was thinking about fitness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless they were thinking about doing it to pull chicks. You
Right.
know what I mean? But that
Right.
wasn't really being healthy. It
Right.
was looking a certain way on the outside.
Right.
We all know guys like that. It's like, you know what I mean? That is not what we're doing. From the inside out, feeling good about yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and plus
Yeah.
you look better anyway when you feel good about yourself. Look
Yeah,
at you.
no,
You look
no,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, no, absolutely. I mean, I have posted a I posted a picture on posted this picture on social media the other day,
Mhm.
and I started getting some messages like,
There
oh,
you
you look
go.
this small. I'm like, oh yeah, you know the
Yeah.
vibe.
But look at you. Look at how
That's
you're smiling right
but
now. You know what I
seriously,
mean?
yeah,
When I look
huh?
at you on this camera right now, I can see a person that feels good
Hmm.
about themselves. You know what I mean? And you know what makes you feel good about yourself? The progress. I don't care if it's this much progress. I don't care if it's over the moon or if it's just
Hmm.
this much progress on the day. You're seeing progress in yourself,
Yeah.
and that makes you feel good about yourself. Am I right?
Yes,
You
absolutely,
know?
absolutely,
And
man.
that's what I want to bottle that feeling up and distribute it. You know what I mean?
Right,
And the thing is, I don't have to. People can do it for themselves. We're just
right,
here to post some stuff and give some stuff that'll help people with that. You know?
right.
So that's
Absolutely.
exceptional life fitness, you know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah, so tell us so tell us like where are you going with the business, with the
Mm.
brand?
All right. Wow. Yeah, we have some plans, man. We brought in a multimedia company to start producing video works for us and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to be trying to spread the word. Um, we're definitely investing heavy to get the message out because we think it's a message that's worth
Okay.
being heard. We want to start doing some things for the kids too.
Nice.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but half the kids in the United States right now are classified as overweight or obese.
Yes.
50% easy.
Yes, that's correct.
69% of adults are classified as overweight or obese. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It means each one, like you said earlier, each one teach one. So
Yep.
we're trying to push back against that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like what happened to kids being active, like taking walks, playing out, just playing, you know what I mean? And video games and all that stuff is great. You know what I mean? It's great, but we
Yeah.
are meant to be active creatures.
Yeah.
So we're really heavy pushing that message out. So we're going to spread out into the youth market a little more with this. We're definitely going to try to get this message out a lot further. And I think we got a good shot at doing that.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely, man. I definitely agree. Like I like my I love video games. I love video games, and
mhm.
growing up, we had we had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, we had
Oh
Sega
yeah, oh yeah.
Genesis.
I'm still trying to
Uh,
find one of those now.
oh, they expensive as you know what now, because they're like an antique. So
Hmm.
yeah, the PlayStation, all that. But the thing
Hmm.
is, like especially like summertime or even in the winter, man, like right after school, we were throwing the football around,
Yeah.
we were playing basketball,
Throwing snowballs at each other, even.
Yeah. You shoot, man. One of the things that I forgot to mention about you is that you're a hooper. So I know, like, it doesn't matter if it was like snow on the court. You take the shovel, you move the snow to the side.
Oh man,
start
were you
shooting the
watching?
jump
Yeah,
shot.
that's me right there.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah,
keeping
that's
active,
exactly
man.
what I do. I mean, that comes from, again, the feeling. You know what I mean? I'm chasing the feeling of like, oh, this is great. You know what I mean? I love being in motion like this, and then the more you do something, the better you get at it.
Right.
So you just find
Absolutely.
yourself.
Absolutely.
I hit you with a thing that somebody told me recently.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the word addiction, right? That's a negative word, pretty much. Has really bad connotations. All humans, all of us as a species, right? They proposed to me that we're all addictive in some kind of way. Get rid of the negative part of that word. You know what I mean? We're addicted to feeling good. We're addicted to having self-worth. You know what I mean? On the on the good side. You know what I mean? We're addicted to a lot of things: progress, success, etc., etc. Right? The thing is, like, we're gonna be humans. I don't want to ever try to put the message out to anybody to not be human. You know what I mean? You're a person first.
Right.
And we would just want to get some of these addictions steered towards the good side. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Addicted to seeing progress.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, like what you said. Addiction has when people hear that word, it immediately has a negative connotation. But we as humans, we're all addicted to something.
Yes.
We're all addictive. Some people like reading books. Some people love TV. Addicted to you're addicted to fitness, basketball.
Yep. Yes,
like
I
you
am. I
always
admit
talk.
it.
You always talking
I
about
don't want a
hooping.
cure either.
If we're not talking about music, we're talking about the gym or you hooping.
That's my whole life.
Absolutely.
And so, like, and balance is a thing. You know what I mean? You have to be balanced. You can't be in the gym 5 hours a day. But if you're going to get addicted to that little piece of progress you're making every day,
right?
You know what I mean? If I can spread that, if we as a family business can spread that feeling and spread that addiction just a little bit, that little tiny bit of progress every day, we've done our job. Right. We're not trying to create fitness models here. Trying to create a generation of folks that are addicted to a little bit of progress. You know what I mean? Feeling a little bit better about themselves.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Yeah, man. Thank you for your time. I had a couple of quick questions for you. So where can they find you? And then also, does Exceptional Fitness have a website, or right now do you have just the
Facebook
social
group?
Media group?
Okay, so as far as me, I'm pretty much Kaine Legacy, just like you see on the screen there. Yeah. Kaine Legacy, all one word, pretty much across all social media. KaineLegacy.com, KaineLegacy.net. And that's more, my DJing and production things. I always post where I'm going to be performing or DJing, and what projects I have out, stuff like that.
Okay, sorry not to cut you off. So you still are DJing too?
I am, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect. Okay.
Yes. And there's a lot more news coming. Like 2022 is going to be a really big year for me and for my family, which, as you know, that's a blessing. So, so if anybody wants to check that out, great. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. As far as Exceptional Life Fitness, we're building it up in stages. We're really focused on that Facebook group right now. And that's kind of how we're bringing people into our message and what we're trying to convey. We have an Instagram, which is Exceptional Life Fitness. So you can find us there.
Yeah, I'll post all the links below. In
the
description.
Yeah, I'll shoot you over some stuff if you need it.
Absolutely.
After we're done. And we're on TikTok because that's a great venue for exercise.
It is. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, we are that same multimedia company. Shout out to Kyle and Rain Multimedia. That's another cousin of mine from family business.
Nice. There you go.
They're helping us build out a website right now. So we're going to try to do some digital products like at-home workouts that are nice and simple, And I feel like I spent a lot of time beating up on fitness models. That's not my intention. We're actually going to do some advanced stuff for people
Yeah.
that are advanced in their fitness too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no shame. There's just awareness, self-awareness. That's what we're trying to convey. We're not
Absolutely.
against, you know what I mean? We're not doing the thing where, you know, oh, I pick things up and put them down. No, if you are a lifter, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
pick
we're not
things up
shaming
and put them
anybody.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are a lifter, you know what I mean? We have some stuff that'll be on the website for you too. We'll be announcing that on the Facebook groups, on the Instagram, on the TikTok. So if you follow us anywhere, you know what I mean, you'll be able to see us as we grow. And we'll have products like that. We're actually working on a book pamphlet that to help people get started that have never thought of themselves as working out before. We're going to do some kid outreach, including outreach for the kids, including
I love that.
something
Man.
really big we're working on down in New York City right now, a youth center. But I'll give you more information on that later on.
Okay.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going for the future, and we're growing at a good rate. You know, and again, I feel blessed for that, and I'm very grateful. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love the fact that you're putting something together for the kids. I think, you know, I think the kids should definitely be one of the main areas of focus.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, oh yeah, oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right.
Because like I said,
So,
you know, like for 50%, I don't know that I remember it being like that when I was a kid. You know what I mean? But half of the kids in the country are classified as overweight, obese. This is not the fault of the kids. You know what I mean? Like we got to do better. You know?
No, I mean it's so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but you know, that's a conversation that we will have for another day because it kind of ties into something else.
Yes, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Right. So I'll leave that conversation for another day.
Exactly.
But again, shout out to Kaine Legacy for joining my show. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man. I really
man.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, and we will do this again.
Okay.
You know, a couple of things I want to say before I drop off to the people. You know, a couple of things I want you all to take from this. Definitely one step at a time.
Oh yeah.
You know, definitely try to link up with like-minded people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, physical fitness will definitely help your mental fitness. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying that it's going to end all be all, but that will definitely be a great help. And the you know, the fourth thing is that stop comparing yourself to things that you're seeing on whether it be TV, movies, social media, all that stuff. You know, the most important person that you need to compete with is the person in the mirror.
Absolutely.
And I'll just leave it like that. And thank you, and stay purposely purposeful. And I'm out.
All right.